I do believe that real estate is a relationship game, and you work very closely with people, whether it be your contractors, your attorneys, um, other lenders, other investors. I collaborate on things, but the more you know and the more you can share, the more it becomes just a community that trusts each other. You build trust. And private lending or real estate in general, people like to do and work with people they know, like, and trust. So by doing that, you build that muscle and you share that information with people.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestoriinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kessel, and today I'm joined by someone I'm looking forward to chatting with, Marie Berry, who is a real estate investor empowering others to grow their wealth, working on passive investing, and raising private money. So excited to have you on the show here today, Marie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you're focusing on capital raising, private lending, and investing. So excited to dive in.
Great.
First off, for those who are not yet familiar with you and your world, can you share what your main focus is these days?
Yes, we are investors since 2018. We're in the Northeast. We live in Guilford, Connecticut, the shoreline of Connecticut. We have been able to do fix and flips, and then we did some buy and hold. So we currently own 3 properties as rentals, looking to possibly buy a multifamily. But in addition to that, I raise capital for not only our projects, but for others. And we do some private lending. So what I love about real estate is all the various strategies.
Yeah, absolutely. How did you get started in real estate?
So really sort of the old fashioned way. My husband had took an early retirement package. So part of my message that it's never too late. And in doing so, I sort of dragged him to a little real estate seminar for 2 days. And he said, "What are we doing here?" And surely enough, it was about financial literacy, understanding how you could still, make a difference by helping people renovating homes, but also helping them get involved in real estate. It's one of the number one ways that people build wealth. And then as you learn more about it, you realize that there's so many different opportunities. And I think that gave us something to excited us, something that we could supplement our income with and also leave as a legacy for our family.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. What have been some of the main components that have allowed your business to be able to grow and to run smoothly?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Well, it's been 7 years, smoothly. Everyone has their ups and downs in real estate. You win, you lose. It's all part of the game. but it's resilience, it's coaching, it's becoming part of a community. And we've been part of a very strong community for 5 years. We started with one for 2 years. It sort of dropped off during COVID, but we came back in with people from that community that started small and Mastermind. So we've had a sense of community for probably over 5 years and the last 7. And the education has been huge. So I'm often on a master class online. I'm reading books. And I just think the more you educate yourself, the more prepared you are for the twists and turns that come across real estate. And so I found also finding people that are like-minded really helps you. And then the bottom line is taking action because you can't overanalyze. And I found that, you can look into it all you want, and there's always nothing is 100% guaranteed. Real estate is not a guaranteed, but the more you can control the outcomes and minimize the risk, the better chance you have of succeeding.
Yeah, totally agreed. Every business owner has those moments where things get real. Maybe you have deals that go sideways, or you need to make a fast pivot, like you've mentioned. Can you share an experience that you've been through that maybe you had to do that and how you overcame it?
Well, as I mentioned briefly earlier, during COVID, we chose to sell our house of 25 years, over 25 years in our home. So it was our home. Kids have grown, gone to college, and we decided it was time to downsize. So we sold, and it was sold during panic of COVID with, in one weekend, we had 5 offers. Luckily, we were able to choose who we wanted to offer the house to, and a young couple that was not in a rush to move, but really wanted to be in our house in our neighborhood on a cul-de-sac. So they allowed us 4 months to try to find a place to live. And even during that time, it was challenging. There just wasn't many things available, rentals or properties to purchase. We landed in a little beach community, which I thought would be temporary, but a house that hadn't been lived in really for 5 years. My husband thought I was nuts. And in doing so, got to know the owner, chatting long distance, and it ended up being a huge opportunity. We bought the house at a very big discount through word of mouth. And then it probably tripled in equity within 3 years. And now we use it as an Airbnb or a summertime retreat. So that's probably our biggest win and probably a real opportunity that we had to pivot. And in the back of our minds, we had to keep remembering that now we have to pivot. The market is shifting. Nothing was on the market. People couldn't see houses, but there was still opportunity there and people that had to move. And so it allowed us to approach other opportunities. And we finished a couple of other flips. But at that point, we decided to purchase a duplex and another house, single family home.
Yeah, amazing. That's awesome that you guys were able to turn that situation into a win.
Yes.
So you mentioned that you are a private money lender. Can you expand more about what that role of your business looks like?
Yeah. So when we signed up for our our initial real estate network, it was, as I mentioned, much based on financial literacy. And what we liked about it, what had us jump in full head in, is that it talked about not only how to do things or how to take the steps in real estate, but also how to protect the finances you had. So my husband having taken early retirement package, we had some a little extra money that we put into this real estate network. But with the balance, they showed us and talked to us about how you could use your savings or your retirement money for passive income. Passive income became something that, was a great opportunity, and it was a way to not have to go through the banks. IRAs are sitting there in your banks, usually often collecting dust. You could be sitting on $200,000 or $300,000 that people think they cannot touch till they're 59 and a half. And I think what we've discovered is that no, that money can be used. The laws have changed also, so it's staying on top of laws changing, circumstances, trends changing. And people can borrow from their 401ks. So we have private money, we have 401k money that now people close to our age, early retirement, had available to them. And when COVID had hit, no one knew what was going to happen with the economy, so it became another opportunity for them. Watching the stock market drop, not sure which direction to take, and we were able to pay back, all our lenders. So that was a huge, huge win and a big opportunity in having those funds available without having to go through the bank and waiting a month or 2 months or 3 months or sometimes not getting approved at all because you had too much going on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really an important strategy that people can note.
Yes.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And are you offering lending support to other people, to clients?
So that's a big part of what we do. I do believe that real estate is a relationship game. And you work very closely with people, whether it be your contractors, your attorneys, other lenders, other investors. I collaborate on things, but the more you know and the more you can share, the more it becomes just a community that trusts each other. You build trust. And private lending or real estate in general, people like to do and work with people they know, like, and trust. So by doing that, you build, you build that muscle and you share that information with people. And when people see you, A, be transparent, B, stay authentic, and then 3, keep your word when you do a promissory note that you're going to pay them in 12 months or 18 months or 24 months, that you do that. That goes a long way. So right now we like to say that we offer double-digit returns backed by real estate, secured and insured. So it gives people a sense of security. We do a lien on the property. It's usually the gap funding. We can get them the big money from possibly a hard money lender, or we can put 2 or 3 private lenders together and do a multi-member LLC. So that has all become information that has really helped us grow, because by sharing that information that people just don't know about, they don't teach in school, it allows us to build credibility and work with people that we are very close to. They're willing to give us their money again when they see it come back.
Amazing. Yeah, that's an important strategy and tool for people to use.
And you too can do that.
Yeah, totally. And when it comes to raising capital, do you have any like specific creative strategies that you're using for that?
In raising capital, it's really, you know, we've learned a few strategies through our mastermind group, but it really becomes, networking, staying connected with people and learning what they're about, and then asking them what they do and giving them that short 2-line sentence. We help people earn double-digit returns backed by real estate. And they'll come back and say, how does that work? So if they're interested, great. We have another meeting later on. We follow up with what we have, pitch decks and things like that that we offer. But it's really becomes a conversation between 2 people, and that trust has to be there. So I really like to answer their questions. I want to understand what their money is being saved for. I don't want it to be something that they may be putting up, that it's the only savings they have, like a savings account they want to use in the next year. So it's usually money they can't touch for a while, or inherited money or something like that. But there's a lot of opportunities like that, but it's more learning about the person themselves and what they would like to do. You might learn they have money, but what do they want to do with that money?
Yeah, absolutely.
And for many people our age now, it's supplementing their income, whether it be in retirement or to do something else they want to do. But it's usually a supplemental
Sure.
process. Hmm.
What are you most focused on solving or scaling next in your business?
Well, scaling, I would love to have a small multifamily 20 to 50 unit property that gives us the cash flow. But with that, it's not just that, I'd also like to make a global impact. So one thing I will be doing that's new is I will be hosting a retreat. I just signed up to host a retreat in Costa Rica this June, and I'm very excited about that. It'll be about, for women primarily, it's women, wealth, and wellness. It will be about financially empowering women and showing them how they could become financially secure, and learning how to raise private money, use real estate to earn, double-digit returns. So with that, I think the rest and relaxation is just as important, getting away from all the chaos and the noise of what's going on, the politics, the inflation, everything else. So I've just found a very strong reception to my idea, and I'm thrilled, and I could do it in different locations. So to me, that's something that I would love to grow and scale, but we'll see how the first one goes. But I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, that's so fun and exciting. I love that for you.
It's a way to slow down, but maintain, keep our investments going as passive income while I do something that's a little more, what I find more interested. I was in international marketing. We love to travel. I have 2 daughters that live abroad, so it'll be fun to incorporate that and still feel like I'm making a difference.
Of course. What is some advice you would give to someone that's newer on their investing journey?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Well, I believe, as I said earlier on, it's being educated. Don't shy away from, there's so much on social media and so much that could be a lot of noise, but there's also a lot of education platforms, and take those little bits of information and see where it leads you. Pick up a book. There's so much book on wealth, on investing, so that you can understand the difference. And once you start that mind, your mind starts clicking in that direction. It allows you to just ask other questions and think of possibilities that maybe you didn't know of. But I think that everyone has the option. It's more getting out of your own way and your own mind to think, well, I never, did that. My parents never did that. My family didn't do that. I can't do that. But I think it's all possible for everyone with some education and taking those action steps, small action steps, whether it's joining a small group, someone you meet, asking a realtor to go out for coffee to see how it works. It could be in the finance end, it could be a broker, mortgage broker. It doesn't have to be any one person or another investor. There's a lot of collaboration in the industry with people in real estate, capital raisers, real estate brokers, mortgage people, hedge funds. So it goes on. But real estate still becomes the common denominator where people are learning that real estate is still ultimately everyone needs a house to live in, a home, a roof over their heads. And if it's done correctly with the right strategies and the financing that can support it long term, it can really turn out to be a wonderful asset and becomes an asset, not liability, like a car. So you're building your assets that will generate income for you and eventually generate passive income later for you in life.
Yeah, that's really important.
Yeah, it's important for our youth, but I love a lot of young people are getting involved, and I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. So you mentioned that the strategies that you've worked on so far have been fix and flip and buy and hold and short term rentals, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Which strategy has been like the most challenging for you and why?
Challenging, probably the fix and flips. The renovation sounds exciting. Everyone thinks it's like HGTV, but there's a lot of hidden cost. And I found that people that aren't super conservative, that's where they've become very, very conservative, especially during the last 3 years where tariffs, inflation, shortness of product during COVID, you had to be aware that those things may cost more or may take more time. So time and increased costs are probably the single biggest struggles you'll have during a renovation. But the idea is to work with, there's calculators out there, estimators. If you can estimate your project, and I always, always include at least a 15% cushion in my numbers, which would allow for time delays, increase in cost, or something being done, an unexpected pipe could burst that would cause you to, delay a couple months or have extra digging or extra tractors on the property that you never expected to have there to begin with. So it's moving forward, but it's taking calculated risk and allowing yourself to cushion the back end so that you can protect yourself, whether it's in time or extra costs.
Yeah, that's important to note to have those extra cushions on that work.
Very much. So
When it comes to growing your business, I know you've mentioned a few times that networking and relationships are an important facet for you. Are there specific strategies within that have made the biggest difference for you?
I think it's getting to know a person. I think oftentimes people go to a network or a conference, and when the conference is over, there's a break. They just go by themselves and get on their phones or get on their emails, and they forget to take that quiet time away from the organized stuff to just try to find someone you connect to that is you're attracted to in whatever way. Something they heard, a question they asked that made you think, oh, I want to get to know that person a little better. And taking that time to go introduce yourself and speak for 5, 10 minutes about them on a personal level, where they are, what they're doing. Those 10 minutes add up, and they really make a difference. That person cared enough to come over and say hello to me. That person cared enough to ask me what I'm doing. People want to be able, most people like to talk about what they're doing, but when you show interest and you inquire, it creates a whole other level of trust and a desire to get to know that person, because you just don't want to work with somebody that's in a phone book. The idea is that you know something about them and something personal that they may share, maybe something that you connect with, that you had no idea, whether it be a sport your kids are in, a place you like to travel to, a strategy of business that you're doing. So I do believe that that is that's where the relationship building comes in. And you need to take the time to work with different people and try to get to know them so that you can figure out, where you can work together. Because ideally, every situation, a relationship, or a business deal should be a win-win. If they're offering you something, you should be able to offer your expertise, your time, your money, whatever, however that is. So if I'm a private lender, I want to make sure they're offering me communication and they're going to have their documents and their ducks all in a row. If I'm looking for a lender to come in, I'm going to be extremely transparent and I want to be able to share as much information as I can about the project, the time it will take, and then I will add the cushion time to make sure I rather underpromise than overdeliver. So if I'm done earlier than what I estimated the project to be, everyone looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. Relationships are everything in this space, and adding value to people's lives supports, those relationships and creates a better connection.
And they go a long way because
Definitely.
then they'll think about you when you might be over budget and you need to make a few calls at the last minute and didn't put a deck together, but you need someone to pitch in. That was
Yeah,
another opportunity. I had someone give me, we were short on a down payment on that $2 million house. And one heard and said, but I really like her. I have $50,000 I can wire to you right now for the deposit. So it was just done while I was on an airplane arriving. We were closing the next day. And it was just through word of mouth. Made a few
that's
calls and people
amazing.
that knew you. So it's those kinds of things that really make a difference.
Definitely. Awesome. So before we wrap up here, if someone wants to reach out, connect, learn more about what you're doing, where can people find you?
So my Instagram is IG is on my IG is Marie Berry 5, the number 5 underscore with the underscore at the end. So it's Marie Berry 5 underscore for my Instagram. You can also find me at Beyond Home Properties is our website, and I'll shortly be generating a new site where a landing page, and you'll get to hear a little bit more about the retreats, which will be Beyond Home with Marie.
Amazing. Well, I really appreciate your time, your story, and your perspective. Thank you for being here.
I love it. Any questions, anyone likes to reach out, you can also just send a quick email, info at Beyond Home with Marie. So I'll be available there and always ready to talk to you about real estate and happy to answer any questions.
Perfect. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Michelle. This was wonderful. I appreciate it.
Yes. And for the listeners tuning into the show, if you got value, make sure you've subscribed. We've got more conversations with operators like Marie who are building real businesses. We'll see you on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.